Okay, so I'm Raquey Strange. I am trans non-binary. A lot of non-binary people don't actually identify as trans. I shouldn't say a lot of them, but a good amount of them. But I do, and that is a very important part of my identity, because being trans means you don't identify with the gender you were assigned at birth, and I don't. And I also don't completely identify with the other side of the spectrum either. But I definitely feel more on the male side of the spectrum. I honestly, like, all my friends see me this way, and anyone who knows me sees me this way, as I'm just, like, a rather feminine, like, queer boy. So a lot of non-binary people just feel like they don't have a gender at all. And a lot of other non-binary people feel like they are both genders. I'm like this weird little human who is very fluid in everything I do, and my identity as a trans non-binary person is something that makes me feel whole. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Sometimes if I get misgendered all day, my roommates will they'll know that I'm feeling kind of down. And so then they'll be like, oh, you handsome boy. I've always been obsessed with the occult and witches and ghosts and stuff like that, and I've been very close to death my entire life. I actually found my grandmother dead when I was 2 years old, and then growing up as like a kid, I fell in love with movies like Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus. So those were like the kid horror films. And to this day, Hocus Pocus is my #1 favorite movie of all time. Like, I have a Hocus Pocus tattoo. So, I just kind of fell in love with the art of it and the kind of campiness of it and, like, cult obsession. Like, that's the thing, is, like, even, like, my favorite Christmas movies, like, my 3 Christmas movies are Edward Scissorhands, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Gremlins. So, like, even my favorite Christmas movies are spooky and creepy and weird. I can't help it. Yeah, it's just always been, like, a core part of who I am, like, from the beginning, just being kind of spooky. I think it all has to do with my grandma. It was just kind of like there's no turning back from being a almost 2-year-old who found a dead body. You know what I mean? There's no turning back from that. I realized that I was seeing my grandma around, and, like, I was hearing her, and then I was seeing other things, and the next thing I know, like, I'm at some place, I'm 18, I'm at some place, and my ear goes deaf in one ear. I just have to look at this woman and tell her this thing about this person that's standing next to her who's not sitting next to her, and then she just bawls her eyes out and says it's my mom. Halloween doesn't help me express who I am. Halloween just, is who I am. I mean, the beautiful thing about Halloween is it's about expressing yourself and, like, being whoever you want and doing whatever you want. As long as they're not hurting anybody. I mean, we're all gonna die, you know what I mean? So, like, it's just this thing. It's just this thing, you know?